Hello friends, this is Isaac Rai here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am back with Superbook episode Lazarus. Superbook season 3 episode 10 Lazarus. Joy hears of a little girl who was too shy to come to the amusement park. Superbook then takes Joy, Chris and Gizmo to an adventure to meet Lord Jesus Christ as he delays going to see his friend Lazarus who was sick. By delaying, Jesus is able to perform an even greater miracle, that is, raising him from the dead. Joy learns that God's timing is always right. Joy, Chris and Gizmo visit the shy girl and create a series of amusement park rides even more wonderful than the real thing. Dear friend, the lesson or the life lesson we can learn from this episode of Superbook, where we see the Bible event from John chapter 11 about Lazarus, is that wait on the Lord, His timing is always perfect. And when we go through this episode, we see the main character of this episode is Lazarus. Lazarus was the brother of Mary and Martha. He was Jesus' dear friend. Lazarus became very sick and died. When Jesus arrived in town, Lazarus had already been dead for 4 days. Jesus told the people to roll the stone aside from the entrance of Lazarus' tomb. Jesus shouted for Lazarus to come out. Lazarus came out. He was alive again. Lazarus was living proof that Jesus is the resurrection and the life. The Jewish leader plotted to kill Lazarus and Jesus. Many people believed in Jesus because he raised Lazarus from the dead. Dear friend, we can read about Lazarus in John chapter 11, Mark chapter 10, John chapter 12 of the New Testament of the Bible. Then other character we find in this Lazarus episode is Caiaphas. Caiaphas was a Jewish high priest during the time of Jesus' public ministry. Caiaphas was fearful of Jesus' sudden rise of popularity after Lazarus raised from the dead. He quickly met with other Jewish leaders and advocates for Jesus to be arrested and put to death. We can read about this Caiaphas in John chapter 11, John chapter 3, Acts chapter 5, Acts chapter 23, Matthew chapter 22, and John chapter 18. The other main character we find in this episode is Martha. Martha was the sister of Mary and Lazarus. Jesus loved them and often visited. Martha was all about serving others and making them feel at home. As Martha prepared a big meal for Jesus and his disciples, Mary sat at Jesus' feet. This upset Martha. She asked Jesus to send Mary to help. Instead, Jesus told Martha that Mary had made the right choice. Martha and Mary sent a message to Jesus when Lazarus was sick. When Jesus arrived, Lazarus was dead. Martha told Jesus that if he had been there, Lazarus would not have died. Martha teaches us that we can never be too busy to spend time with Jesus. And we can read about Martha in the Bible in Luke chapter 10, John chapter 11, John chapter 12, and 1 Peter chapter 4. Now let me share with you about Mary, Martha's sister. Mary was the sister of Martha and Lazarus. When Jesus visited their home, Mary sat at Jesus' feet instead of helping Martha prepare the meal. Martha was angry, but Jesus said that Mary had made the right choice. Mary believed that Lazarus would not have died if Jesus had been there. Mary's sorrow was replaced with joy when Jesus called Lazarus to walk out of his tomb. Mary would soon anoint Jesus' feet with expensive perfume to prepare Jesus for his own burial and resurrection. You can read about this Mary in Mark chapter 10, Luke chapter 10, John chapter 11 and 12. Dear friends, I hope you are encouraged by today's lesson. We can learn from Lazarus' life from the New Testament event of the Bible, which we see in Superbook episode 10 of season 3. Thank you for watching and being with us throughout this video, and God bless you.